Hey there, everyone. Twitch actually messed up, and my Be Right Back screen has copywritten music on it, so they always edit that out, which is fine. But for some reason, they did it too long, so they edited out. It sounds wrong. Edited out like the first minute or so of the when the show came back. So I basically just wanted to fill it in with what was asked because I'm gonna jump right back into with the question that I'm answering. The question was, what do I think a Waluigi game would be like? And for the most part, my answer was a sort of whatever his objective is. It's a bunch of mini games as opposed to like a full blown platformer or adventure game or something like that. It would ultimately be a bunch of mini games, which I think I come back in talking about a game for PlayStation called Incredible Crisis, where the objective was that you play a weird day. It's the most Japanese game you'll ever play. It is, you play a day in the life of this family, but you play each family member at a time. But the whole game is mini games. So whatever you're trying to get them to do at that particular moment is a different kind of mini game. And then I go on from there to talk about something else. Yeah, I just wanted to fill that in. Somebody asked, this whole segment is about viewer questions and stuff, and I hated the fact that they blocked out one of the questions. But I didn't want to completely erase the whole answer, or erase the whole question. So I figured I'd jump on here and tell you guys what was going on. Thanks, and continue on with the show. With all the storylines and everything that you're trying to that you're like you're playing a day in the life of this family, and you're playing it as each family member, but the whole game is basically a combination of mini games. That's how the game plays out. I feel like that could be a Waluigi game where it's, instead of just one kind of game, it's a bunch of little games. And that's how he does the things that he's trying to do, or gets to, even if there's a storyline, that's how the game is played. I could see something like that. That Travis game, No More Heroes, kind of looks similar to that, where there's a bunch of stages, there's a bunch of areas that you're supposed to play and things you're supposed to do, but it looks like it plays out differently depending on which one you do. I feel like that could be a Waluigi game, but rather than just one whole level is this and one whole level is that, one whole level is 10 different kinds of games and stuff. I think that might actually work. And then, because that will work, because then you can sell it as the couch co-op version will just be those games. And then when you play the single player game and you beat those challenges, you unlock those versions of the game. So it makes it more valuable to play the single player mode to unlock the stuff in the game. Instead of Mario and Luigi, Wario and Waluigi. I like that. Let's go back up here. Thanks for the No Boku no Hero chapter. Yeah, it's next month, I think, for the new My Hero Academia, aka Boku no Hero. You hit toads with tennis rackets. When you say toads, frogs or little guys with mushroom heads? We got one. It's called Psycho Luigi. Waluigi teaches whying. That could be a mini game. Wario's sidekick. Yeah, there we go. How about Wario is missing and Waluigi is looking for him? Waluigi's Mansion. Tend to stick to manga circles, so I know the Japanese names more than the Western names. So they came up with an idea today. It takes inspiration from Mario Odyssey and Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi! Waluigi drives a vehicle delivering roses to beautiful ladies. It's basically an obstacle course for your vehicle, and the game is level-based. 32 levels, 8 worlds. That sounds interesting. I could see it turning into a racing game. I could see them turning into a free-form racing game where instead of Mario Kart, you drive from one, you do laps or whatever. It's like Crazy Taxi where it's point A to point B, but it's a free-for-all. Instead of Mario and Luigi. Yeah, I like the Wario and Waluigi as a duo sort of RPG adventure game with them. Waluigi Party. I swear I'm not a weeb. And Rooster, I swear if you are, I will accept you anyway. If you would like to refer back to the beginning of this show, we will tell you why that's all okay. Why? Let me see here. Also, be fun to have dedicated single player vehicle game. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. Why is Mario and Luigi Inside Bowser's Story remaking in 2019? I don't know why not Partners in Time, but Bowser's Inside Story was a great, very well received game. So I can understand why they're remaking it, especially if Superstar Saga was a popular remake. Waluigi games just be him going through Wario Land games. yeah, like the Super Luigi game, which is stupid idea. It deserves his own game. What happened to the Miraculous Compass or whatever it was supposed to be called? When you hit obstacles with a tennis racket. What is it with you and the tennis racket, Suave? You're determined to have that built into the game. Wario teaches typing, but you just mash the keypad with your hand. It'd probably be more like Waluigi Trailer Park. Hitting people with golf clubs and tennis rackets for no reason. Can't be Crazy Taxi. It'll be a Wild Waluigi. There we go. It's not affiliated with Crazy Taxi, but you got the same guy to do the voice. So about that annoying character in My Hero Academia. Is he as bad as the protagonist from this? Oh my God. Okay. Aqua Sakura. I just started watching Black Clover and stopped after 3 episodes. Yes, he is like the loud brother from Black Clover, only not as bad. Black Clover was way worse. Yeah, I stopped after 3 episodes and couldn't. Yeah, think the guy from Black Clover, but not as loud and obnoxious, but still, and because he's not one of the only main characters, not as often on screen. Wreck-It Waluigi. How about a SRPG about some countries fighting each other and there's dragons and Waluigi's in it? So Indigo. So basically, what the heck is it called? The one Hitalia with dragons and Waluigi. Was it Waluigi Party on BSC? Waluigi Island. Waluigi's Taco Stand. What annoying guy from MHA? Bakugo. Mendez. Some character that starts with his B. What do you think of Mario Tennis? I think Mario Tennis Aces is not for me. I think it looks interesting. I think it looks kind of a lot for tennis, but it's just not for me. Someone over at Super Mario Bros. Is recreating Paper Luigi and the Miraculous Compass. Yes, using assets from Thousand Year Door. Black Clover is awful. Don't get Greg started on Pop Team. That Michael guy, you can get me started on Pop Team Epic, but it's gonna end halfway through the first episode with me saying I can't even watch this anymore. I just can't. Hey, Spider, you guys in your Bakugo dislike. Somebody else brought it up. This is viewer topic. This is your fault and the fault of everybody in this little chat window here. Waluigi game text adventure. Yeah, when you wake up as Waluigi, what do? I walk south. Game over. No one wants to play as Waluigi in his own game. Honestly, he doesn't show up as much when you get to school. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Mendez is he's an annoying character when he's on screen, but it doesn't damage the show because he's just not there as much. Hey, awesome Surge. Also, Smash is all that matters except for South Park. South Park. I'm not a South Park guy, so the fractured butthole doesn't really appeal to me, and I should try and. I think I wanted to do that like all the time. I wanted to butthole like separate it completely. Game over. Please insert 40 quarters. Don't click the link. Yeah, that's why. And you know what? And that's exactly why we posted Discord, because anybody who, people who come in here and want to just post links, if they knew better, they would do it in the Discord. Why can't we go back to the age of Golden Boy? Why unqualified gamer? So we can see your swimming skills. And Nintendo said butthole. Yeah, Shadow, that was probably my favorite part. Like he made it a good job to specify it as butt hole, but it's still like, yeah, he said it. I was about to ban. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh boy. Oh, there's always some drama going on. Okay. Okay. Unexpected plans coming up. Eating up everybody's time. Credit the correct mod. Someone who can do their job for once. I'm doing an antivirus scan now. Oh, man. McAfee or Norton? Classic. I was playing Splatoon 2, listening to chat. Yes. Yes, I love being on in the background. Luigi's Mansion and Bowser's Inside Story remade for Nintendo 3DS. No! Yeah, I really think that I think Luigi's Mansion should have been ported over and been a release title. I think that would have been great. I wouldn't have mind seeing it as a release title when they released the Virtual Console and said the first game on the GameCube Virtual Console is going to be, and then you say Luigi's Mansion, like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool like release title for the Virtual Console. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. I think somebody else had a good point though. I forget how, it might have been Spawn Wave or RGT85, and they were talking. It might have been one of them, and they were talking about that maybe they did it for the 3DS because they're saving it for the Switch Virtual Console information. You know, they don't want to sell it because they'll catch flack if they sell it as a game on its own and then open up the Virtual Console for GameCube games, and then there it is. So I heard that and thought that's actually a very, very good idea. Like, yeah, I would probably be a little annoyed if you ported over Luigi's Mansion and sold it to me as a separate game, then released a GameCube Virtual Console where I could have just bought it there. That's an interesting thought. The day before I bought a used GameCube copy. Yeah, my copy is borrowed. I borrowed my copy from Johnny, so I didn't pay for it. Although I am still going to buy a copy of it. Talking Bakugo is how you summon me. Oh, then Squeak. Then we'll need to trash talk him some more so that we can make sure that you get in here. South Park games as gameplay you would like. Yeah, I think it's just a straight up RPG, isn't it? The South Park game. I don't like the humor. I think that's my problem. It's just I like the show and everything. I'm at a point where the humor just isn't funny to me anymore. Something like Pop Team Epic, where it's almost like it's silly for the sake of being silly. I don't know. It just feels like a waste of time to me. Again, I don't trash anybody that does like it. I just personally don't. I'll tell you what though, it made me want the Steven Universe Attack the Light. There was one that was called Attack the Light, which I think that was the online only game, and then there was Save the Light. I would love to have that on the Switch. I would love it because I want to be able to play it, and I don't have a PS4, so I can't play it. I want Nintendo to revive one of their legacy franchises. You mean like a legacy franchises? You mean like a second Ice Climbers? Yes, second Ice Climber. Oh, I'll take a new River City Ransom. I mean, that's not one of theirs, but I'll still take it. I'm doing a reset back in 2 seconds. I want Pichu back in Smash. No. Every time I'm here. Bakugan anime. Okay. Attack the Light is the mobile game. Save the Light is the sequel. Yeah, I would love to be able to play Save the Light, and I think it should be on the Switch. And I thought of that especially when the South Park game came up. Wizards and Warriors. Wait, hold on. Now hold on a second here. Do you want? Where is it? Oh, where the heck is it? Do you want Wizards and Warriors, or do you want Iron Sword with Fabio on the cover? Here, hold on. Do you want Fabio on the cover of my Funko Land game sleeve with Fabio? It's Fabio. Yeah, we'll just put that different now. Later on Qualified Gamer. Enjoy, be safe. Be safe. We'll get together and get some ramen. Hot. I can't believe it's not butter. There was a day I was at work and I was at work and there was an announcement. I was listening to something. Apparently Fabio was doing a signing for something in Center City, Philadelphia. I was so upset because if I knew, I would have brought my copy of Iron Sword. That's one of my irrational goals in life, is to have Fabio sign my copy of Iron Sword. There's no reason for me to want that, and yet I want that. The stream died. The stream I saw died. He had mic problems. Mic problems. It happens, real Chris. I appreciate you coming back here. Me personally, I probably would have just taken a nap. Speaking of Steven Universe, how excited are you for April 9th? Extremely excited. I'm trying not to get too excited because they say that the answers that I want are coming, and I have a feeling that they're not going to be, but I don't know how much is happening on April 9th. They as far as I know, they didn't say whether or not it was going to be 4 episodes or anything like that. I mean, that's what we've been getting, like 4 episodes. So I'm not too excited because I don't know what is coming, but I know that I am over the prospect of it. Ew. But yeah, I do want to know. I have a theory video up on my channel where I talked about what I thought White Diamond was and what I kind of thought was going on. Where's Pink Diamond and stuff like that. So I do want, these are answers to questions that I genuinely have, and we're not getting a lot of the show anymore because they just stopped supporting the show completely, almost. So I'm very excited for April 9th. I really, really want to see what is going on. Sute Hakun. I don't know what that game is. Sute Hakun. I don't know what it is. What kind of game is it? Remember when Fabio took a bird to the face on a roll? Yes, I do. It was a goose, I believe. And geese are big, so that was devastating. We all chuckled, but at the same time, that is kind of his livelihood. Well, it's 12:25, 10:25 for me. Oh, so real Chris, you're probably talking sleep time. Oh, then I want to thank you very, very much, because at 10:25 p.m. I probably would absolutely have gone to sleep. That's when we're getting a new episode. Oh yeah. We're new episodes of Steven Universe on April 9th. That's what we were talking about. A local secondhand store that sells games is shutting down. Now, how am I supposed to find 10 copies of FIFA 2005? You got to go, AC, you got to go and buy them before they close down. That's how you do it. Although I did buy the first Drakengard from there. I'm always sad to see old school retro game stores close down, especially the mom and pop stores. I know that this is an industry where you get beaten up really fast. So it makes me sad. At the same time, it is, hopefully you can get some deals, make the best of a bad situation. Is that the first GBA FE? Yeah, it is. How do you play if everything is moon runes? I'm thinking we're talking Fire Emblem or something. I haven't watched Steven Universe since the episode where Greg was kidnapped. Woo! And kidnapped by Homeworld. Almost had an anxiety. Rooster, you need to get back into it. You need to get back and watch the stuff since then. Very, very little filler. And even what is filler, some of it actually does have some relevance to what's going on. Because they're not making as much as they did anymore. You can watch everything from that point up and get all relevant story. It's fantastic. I love that show. I think Steven Universe is one of the best shows that was ever made, because it has such a wide range of concepts and ideas that they may be very subtle, but they're there. I feel like Steven Universe is what hardcore Rick and Morty fans think Rick and Morty is, but it's really not. You know, when they talk about, whoa, it actually talks about some very deep stuff. Maybe, but not really. Interesting fact, Studio Trigger is helping out with Steven Universe. Nice. So any Western shows you like that are made by your favorite Japanese animated studio? I don't even know. I don't have that level of following when it's like, I know Trigger Studios, but the guys who were, oh, hey, Dark Mercy, thank you for the follow. And the people who are like, oh, well, this studio has this and that and these guys, and it's like, I don't know. If I hear about them, it's great, but I don't follow them. And I always feel bad because I love these shows and I really should pay more attention to what goes on behind the scenes, but I just don't. Is that a 7800 on the shelf behind you? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5th shelf down, center console. That's, yeah, hold on. Let me move this. That is a 7800. Got your comp back? No, because I'm pissed off. Uh-oh. I cosplay Steven a lot at conventions. The only Steven Universe cosplay I might do is I had all the stuff that made my hand look like the hand with the laundry and everything. Like I had a little piece of string with the clothes and everything. I was just going to do that and walk around the convention as Steven Universe cosplay. Yeah, I don't really follow this dude. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's Ryan. It just feels like there's so much of it. I almost had a panic attack over that episode because of how close to home the episode was. I think I've gone over how oddly similar my life is to Steven. Yeah, Rooster, it's a little rough. I still think that the episode where they're on the boat, when they charter the boat and then Jasper shows up and she's trying to get back together with Lapis, I think is a frightening, and because I've seen this firsthand, I think it is a frighteningly accurate example of people in abusive relationships where the abuser keeps trying to make it go under the premise that you make me a better person. And then it becomes the abused abuser. It becomes the abused person. They get it in their mind that, oh, well, this person is better without me, so is better with me, so they're worse without me. And it's like, it's almost like it's their responsibility. It is frighteningly exact to what it really looks like, because I've seen those abusive relationships and I've seen those people who think exactly that. They'll fall apart without me. They're not good with it's horrifying. And whenever I watch that episode, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. And there's a 5200 too. Yeah, 52, 7800, 52, 2600 is right there. I also have one of those flashback systems. My Coleco and my Intellivision are down there, and a Magnavox Odyssey 2. Those are probably the oldest systems I have. Let me try. Whoa, the real Chris is in the hunt with a sub. Thank you. Thank you for that. Hold on, let me get down here. Woo! Twitch sub with Twitch Prime. Woo! Thank you for that. Let me see here. Oh, Steven Universe. Hey, Blaze and Henry. Or Blaze Henry. What software do you use for it? Elements. Okay. I was taken from my dad when I was 6. Oh, God. Yeah. See, that's Rooster. That is very, very frightening. Frighteningly accurate to that situation. So I can understand it hitting close to home. It's one of my favorite things about the show. It teaches that it shows, you know what it does, Thorn? I think that it doesn't teach them. I think in a way, it normalizes these topics so that they're easier for them to talk to and to talk about with it. You know what I mean? whenever kids have questions about something and you say something along the lines of, well, we not really talk about that, or I'll tell you later, it makes it seem like a special circumstance, and then the kid eventually forgets about it, or they don't want to talk about it anymore. I think that Steven Universe does a good job of sort of normalizing these things, so it's not strange for them. You know, it wouldn't be strange for a kid to say that girl likes that other girl, you know, because it's normal on the show. And then that is a great segue into a bigger topic, a bigger conversation. And I like that. Did you ever see the Atari 2700 Pro? Yes, I did. I want one of those. Apparently they go up every once in a while for sale, but they're super rare. The Atari 2700 prototype. Finally got my tickets to PAX East. Woo! All right, you're almost there, Flipnote. You're almost there. It's almost PAX East time, I guess. Fun fact: a good amount of Jaguar games are Amiga ports. I believe that don't make use of the special chip. Oh, okay. Check Discord for happy time. Oh, look at that dog with Pringles. Yeah, my Jaguar. The only thing I don't have for my Jaguar, I don't have a standalone power, because the CD and the system, even when the CD is attached to it, the CD requires its own power supply. I don't have the actual Jaguar CD power supply. I'm waiting to get one of those before I test it. So at this point, I don't know if the Jaguar CD works. I've had it for years, and it worked back then, but I need another power supply for it, and they're actually not common to find. Jaguar also had a critical blitter bug in hardware, and the Lynx was designed to some of the Amiga. Oh, okay. You need an Amiga to develop for the system. Interesting. Now I want Pringles. I should really put on some pants. Indigo, I'm wearing pants today. It would have been faster. Okay. The Jaguar in all of its greatness. Hey, Mr. Trend. Thank you for stopping in. Thanks for stopping by. I need to change that to the follow noise, because I like my follow noise, but I need to, or the hosting noise, because I need to have like, thanks for stopping by, because I love that Space Ghost line. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was so awesome, wasn't it? God, I love that show. Just been snacking on licorice. The Sharp Twin Famicom's power supply is rarer than NT these days. Yeah, there are a few power supplies out there, Experiment, that are... I had my Turbo CD power supply, my TurboGrafx CD, the US version. My power supply blew for that. And I was panicked because I couldn't find one. And I opened it up. I managed to open it up. And it was the fuse. I had to solder out the fuse. I can't solder for the life of me. I'm terrible with solder. Solder's all over the place. I'm burning myself. It looks embarrassing. It looks like a kid with a hot glue gun for the first time, only it's metal. But I managed to solder, to get it out and then replace the fuse. So I'm excited. That's like one of my favorite projects I've ever done. And it would have taken anybody 2 minutes to do it. But because I managed to do it, I was so happy. Greg, make it the Inkling looking at the Smash logo, and the logo is a follower icon. Oh yeah, that should be relevant to nowadays. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just change all of that stuff to be relevant for the time. Although I like my In the Hunt one, so my In the Hunt one isn't going anywhere. I thought about changing the Oran High School Host Club one, but I don't know, the Host Club just sounds so good. I just couldn't find a good sound effect for it. Hey Bill, welcome to the stream. South Park was right, man. Bear Pig exists. Yes, I am right here. I am somewhere between a man and a bear and a pig. When I bought my Dreamcast, it didn't work. So I thought I bought a faulty one. Turns out the plug fuse needed to replace. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Dreamcasts aren't too difficult to find, but they are getting a little more rare nowadays, and it's starting to bother me. If anything, the rarity of the games is starting to bother me for the Dreamcast. I'm getting a little annoyed that every time I go to conventions, and at the conventions, they admit that they don't bring many Dreamcast games. This seems like the best place to get rid of that. If you believe that stuff's hard to get rid of, wouldn't a convention be the easiest place with thousands of people who are into this stuff? That would be the easiest place to get rid of it. Luckily, the Dreamcast and the PS1 have the same power cable, and the Saturn and the home stereos. So many electronics. I hate it when that happens. My GD-ROM drive is broke. For the Dreamcast? You get another one. Eventually you'll find them. Hey Lizard, how is it going? Yeah, it's just a standard plug. I got the red, white, and yellow cables for the Dreamcast. Oh, the component cables, composite cables. Dreamcast is tricky because I don't remember if they made component cables for it or not, but they make a VGA adapter that you can then put it on an old school monitor, and I want one of those, but I don't have room for the old school monitor. Meanwhile, every Nintendo console from the NES to the GameCube has the same RCA cable. Yeah, well, no, not the NES. The NES was the first one. Actually, no, the NES, the first one had the yellow and red jacks on the side of the system. And then the NES Mini, it's over there, didn't have it at all. That was all RF. And then you can get the modded to have other stuff. But then, yeah, the Super Nintendo, the N64, and the GameCube all use the same plug. And the GameCube had a stupid digital port that we never got any use for over here. Although now they have that, I think it's an HDMI adapter or something that you plug into the back of your GameCube, and it's supposed to give you a good picture. That stuff is, I'm always nervous about that stuff, so I might get it for a part system and then salvage it. You know what I do, real Chris? We used to do broken Dreamcasts. We used to hollow them out. We used to open them up, take out all the guts and everything. Solder. Hold on. Oh wow, Illbleed is in there. Hey, Homecoming. I forgot Illbleed was in there. We used to take. This is Illbleed. You take it, you open it up, and you take out all the guts and everything. You take out the laser, you take out everything. You can take out the controller ports and then block them off if you want. Take a Dremel and then cut it out here and here. Leave the hinges in place. Cut it out all here so that this is hollow. So it closes, and then when you open it up, it's a candy dish. Yeah, you'd have a Dreamcast just sitting on your table, and then when you open it opens up the same way, but all of this is hollowed out, and it's a candy dish. Or you put your keys in it or something. Oh, wait. And put Illbleed back in. This is an amazing and ridiculous game. It's called Illbleed for the Dreamcast. Never released on anything else. There was never a part 2 or anything like that. I still want to use it for games. Well, real Chris, if you're buying another one to replace it, you got to do something with the broken one. Dreamcast equals candy dish. Oh, thank you, Homecoming. Thank you. Thank you for the double bits. Ooh, double bit gum. I remember seeing someone who got it a PS3 and made it into a small panini grill. See, I love stuff like that. I hate the idea of using stuff that works and turning it into arts and crafts projects because, I mean, this stuff is limited. It's not going to be around forever. But if it's broken beyond repair, I do kind of like the idea of turning it into something fun. You couldn't do that with the Dreamcast dev kits. Oh, yeah. Well, you could experiment. It's just that would hold a lot of candy. I don't have much experience in manually fixing a system. Plus, is paying for repairs for PS. It's not expensive, but it's probably not worth it. And especially a PS2, depending on what the situation is. It's for PS2. It's most likely going to be worth it. Just buy another one. PS3, the only PS3s I've ever heard that were worth fixing are the backwards compatible, the ones that are backwards compatible with PS2, which are the fat systems with 4 USB ports on the front. If you've got a fat system with 4 USB ports on the front for the PS3, that it should be the backwards, the PS2 backwards compatible version. A dead Dreamcast, and they turn it into a Millennium Falcon. Wouldn't you want to make a GameCube a literal? Oh my God, yeah, Treble, an actual lunchbox. And I do have extra GameCubes that I can never get rid of. I see them for $5 and $10 at flea markets and Goodwill stores. So nobody ever want, but when I try and trade them off, nobody wants them. And that's a good point. I feel like a PlayStation Panini Grill wouldn't be very healthy. Yeah, you know what, Squeak? Not only would it not be very healthy, but every time you wanted to turn it on, there was some DLC you had to download. It just wasn't worth it. I have the original PS3 with PS2 compatible. Yeah, see, Ryan, so you would have one of those systems where you would take it to the shop and they would tell you it's $50 or $60 to fix your PS3, and it's worth it because you have functionality that you can't just get anywhere else. Turn any top-loading cartridge system into a toaster. I remember when my teacher wanted to sell a Dreamcast for $40. Oh, $40 for a Dreamcast with the controller and everything? That sounds like a good deal to me as long as it works. Aren't PS3 Slims also backward? All PS3s are compatible with PS1 games, but the fat PS3s with the 4 USB ports on the front, which I think were the 60 gig systems, they are compatible with PS2 games also. My fat PS3 broke. I have a fatty system, but it's only the 2 USBs. I like my slim PS. I don't like the plasticky one with the slide across the top, but the other one I think is really, really nice. Now I want a GameCube lunchbox now. Funny enough, hacking on PS4 has revealed the PS4 does support CDs in hardware, but not software. Okay. CDs are like the most basic thing for a CD drive to play. I can't imagine making a CD-based system and it doesn't play CDs. That's like it seems like that's something that you would just put in there by accident. There is the Nintoaster. Turn a toaster into a Nintendo. Okay. Yeah, not a big hard drive, but backwards compatible, which means I don't have to dig out. Yeah, and I do kind of want one of those. Secondhand store I mentioned earlier is selling a Dreamcast controller, but not the console. You know what, AC? If the controller is cheap enough, I always say pick up controllers. They break. They are the part of the system that you play the most. I usually say pick up controllers as long as they're priced well enough. Stop calling me fat. I'm husky. Well, Rooster. That's why I don't like when people call me fat. I am original model. How do you make a Game Boy Color into a smartphone? That would be an interesting project. Thank you, Trouble, for the bits. Since I was just listening to it again because I love the music, though off topic. You think of the deepening Splatoon lore in the Octo expansion. I'm interested in that. I'm interested to see what they want to do with the lore, because we got more lore this time. Before Splatoon 2 came out, we got the whole thing with Callie and Marie and what was going on, and we got the Squid Sister stories or whatever it was. So we got more lore there, and then they threw a little bit into the game, which I was hoping they would throw more into the game. So this is being an expansion of the lore is very, very interesting to me. I'm honestly surprised Think Geek hasn't done the GameCube lunchbox. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that either. Fat PS3s are a ticking time bomb. Yeah, unfortunately, they definitely are. That's why if you've got a fat PS3 that is the not backwards PS2 compatible and it breaks, just don't even get another one. Don't get it fixed. Just get a slim. Check the Discord. Yeah, oh God, look at that. It's such a beautiful setup there with the Dreamcast and everything with the VGA screen. That was one thing I wondered with the VGA screens. Can you use a flat screen computer monitor with the VGA box for the Dreamcast? Can you... Hold on, check the Discord. Same here. Get one from a place called Panera Bread. We have Panera Bread up here.
Can you play PS2 backwards compatible? I am not very good at it. Normally, I just put the CDs in my shirt and they just sort of sit there. But I have other ways of playing PS2 games. So I am not PS2 backwards compatible. And I am not cartridge slot compatible either. That in the back is an extension port. That is an evacuation port. That is not an extension port. So what is this? I'm cuddly. Oh, I'm cuddly. I'll take cuddly. The Duker streamers base controller analogy. So, guys, should I sell Sonic Forces in my garage sale? I'd probably just hang on to that one. So that's good. I keep good care of my system. Yeah, works perfectly right. Yeah, hang on to that, man. And if it breaks, yeah, get it fixed. You know, of course, if they tell you it's $150 to fix it, don't bother. But that's definitely worth hanging on to. Those are the moments where I think fixing a system is more worth it. What's your secret, Ryan? It sits on a shelf and I don't play it much. Splatcat for a second I thought was Android 21. Where's Splatcat? There it goes, Splatcat. Yeah, isn't it? That's not Android 21? That looks like Android 21, Splatcat, on your emote. I was going to say emoji. On your emote. Technically, I look like an adult, but technically I'm only 10 years old. I'm going to jail. I never had a system break on me. Oh, I've had systems break on me, yeah. I had my Turbo Express Portable is actually broken right now. I need to get it recapped because the screen doesn't work. I had my PS2 fat original model, Greg version, doesn't play PS1 games. I had tons of the gray PlayStations that didn't play. That they stopped playing after a while. I think that's it. I think that's the bulk of my 5200 power plug needs to be fixed. Like, I had small problems, but I have had a couple of times where the system was just unrepairable. That thing is 23 years old. Yeah, in the old stuff, I remember I had my Nomad was in a flood and it got waterlogged, and I was so angry. And it worked the next day. I dried it out and it worked fine. I don't even think I put it in rice, because that's like apparently putting something in rice is the magic way to get something fixed. So let's talk about the fact that Tingle has his own spin-off games. You know what? Let's just go ahead and skip Tingle. Tingle is one of those characters that's just yeah, he's too silly to exist, yet needs to be protected at all times. That DK is the worst. Okay, what is with that Donkey Kong? I mean, I know what it looks like is happening. It looks like he's getting his banana peeled, but shout out to that Nomad. Yeah, it's right up there. Yeah, that Nomad was a beast, man. I'm so happy that it kept working. Lend it to Johnny for a video I've been wanting him to make for years. What's his the sequel to Sonic 3 CD and Knuckles. Yeah, with everything stacked on top of the Nomad. My Game Boy once fell into a bucket of Javes. I don't know what Javes is, or Javes. And hello name that was used. Real Chris, you ask why. Well, I don't know what the why was for. When are you gonna make another sequence of that? Ed Knuckles. It's because he's a greedy asshole. I don't recall having any systems breaking so far. Perhaps maybe one instance. Yeah, like you've had small things happen, but I think we've Javix. I think we've all had. Oh, it's a cleaning material. Okay. I think we've all had the system where at least the Sega Genesis where the volume button doesn't work, because the Sega Genesis Model 1s had volume buttons on them. Where's my Model 1? It's in the drawer. Oh, why Tingle spin up? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because he's delightfully silly, and that's what some people are looking for. The fat PS3 was the only video game thing I can remember that stopped working. I broke the Joy-Con that I got with the Switch though. Oh, controllers. Woo! Yeah, controllers, unfortunately. I have seen controllers fly across the room, get snapped in half, jumped on. That one was my fault. I put another happy dog. Woo! Dogs and Discord. Now, my GameCube stopped reading discs and apparently couldn't be fixed. Now, that's pretty weird. GameCubes are usually pretty sturdy. I mean, we had a GameCube where we modded it with a Switch to play Japanese or American games. When you flick the Switch, we had the specs backwards, so we were putting the wire in the wrong spot. We kept soldering it. All that solder didn't break anything. It worked fine. Yeah, controllers always break. How about the Mega CD Iowa radio experiment? I would love to have. I didn't know that existed until a few months ago. That always looks really cool. The thing that I would want the most is definitely a Pioneer Laser Active, though. You don't know Melina from Mortal Kombat? Melina from Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. I love that when people talk about Mortal Kombat, they immediately go towards the song. You know, test your might, and they go to the song and everything, and that had nothing to do with the game. That was the movie. Take it easy. Although that is probably one of the better video game movies out there. My 360 Red Ring. I didn't get a 360 until it was mostly the lifespan was over, and it's the newer model. So I never had to deal with the Red Ring. Our GameCube is one of the. Oh, and I did have a laptop that for some reason I blew out the I used to play WoW on my TV through the HDMI port, and for some reason the HDMI port broke, so I couldn't do that anymore. My GameCube stopped working, and I'm sad about. I've got an extra GameCube. Why does everybody need a GameCube when they're nowhere near me? I've got extra GameCubes. I once sent a Wiimote flying. Was that on purpose, Wrexham? Across the room because I didn't put the strap on all the way. And the worst thing that happened was the battery case came off. Oh, then you lucked out, Wrexham. With a name like Wrexham, I would have assumed something would have broke. I saw MK as Mario Kart and not Mortal Kombat. Well, there's the spider. There's those handbags. Is it Michael Kors? And I see these fancy women walking around with MK bags, and all I think is they're either Mario Kart bags or Mortal Kombat bags, and I'm not sure which one I want it to be more. I still want the PlayStation 1 LCD screen portable. They go for the white one, you mean? For the small white one? The Sony makes one and Interact makes one. I have the Interact one. It's okay. It's good for PlayStation 1 games. It gave me the optimal way to play my favorite Final Fantasy Tactics and not have to play it on the PSP, that's for sure. I had a PSP die on me. Oh, a PSP died on you. My PSP has a dead pixel right out of the box, by the way. So they're not super sturdy. But I have two of them, so not bad. I SNES when I was a kid and told that it broke, but it turns out my mom gave it away. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it broke, so we got rid of it. Yeah, she sold. I'm surprised she didn't just tell you that it went to live in a farm upstate. And lastly, cousin had cake dropped on. Oh, I went through so many of those. Oh yeah. Melina, yeah, there we go. Didn't recognize the emote. 360 died due to the GPU. Got fixed, sent back. Died 2 hours after getting it back. Repaired system. That's why when you go to GameStop, they separate used from refurbished, because a lot of people don't. Refurbished means it was broken and they fixed it. I don't like refurbished for that exact reason. I dropped my GBA SP into a toilet. It's suave, but did it work? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because yeah, it still works. There we go. Because that's I mean, there was a lot of crap on the GBA. That was a lot of shovelware. So dropping it in a toilet is probably appropriate. Get my ass to Philly. Give me your extra game, Rooster. If you show up to freaking too many games, I will hand you a GameCube off for a very decent price. And this stands for Minecraft. Good grief, experiment. That's some pricey bags. Yeah, that's a lot of money for a handbag based on Mortal Kombat. Lost a game of WarioWare because I threw the Wiimote by accident. I love that. The PS1 with the curved edges. The later releases with the built-in screen. I've never seen the ones with the built-in screen. The screen attaches. That's why. Is it the white one? Can you see the white one? Yeah. Right there. That's a small white one. Yeah, those are the ones that they make Sony themselves made a screen for it. And then Interact was a company that they made another screen for. I have the Interact one. The Interact one is thicker, but it works just as well as the Sony one. The GameCube screen is the one that I want. Interact also made a screen for the GameCube. That's one that I would really, really love to have. My only problem is that they don't. I think the PS1, the little PS1 like that, had a battery pack. I don't remember a battery pack for the GameCube. If the GameCube had a battery pack, I would love it. Is it bad that I think Sage is meowing outside? Sounds like an inkling talking. Well, he opened the door, by the way. So, random question. Back when you were young, did you have female characters you can say? No, Aqua. I don't think we did any. I don't remember doing any of that, like sort of waifu stuff or anything. I don't know. I just wasn't really. I wasn't that kid, but there were characters that I liked. I loved Samus. I don't know. Realistically, we just didn't have a lot of female characters back then. As far as video games go, as far as cartoons, not really. There weren't any. I didn't watch cartoons that had characters like that. Other than, I would have to probably say Chitara from Thundercats is probably as close as you get. And even back then, I knew that she was probably way too flexible for me to handle. Greg was not cultured in the art of the waifu. Wait, hold on. What was that? So, South Park on Nintendo. Yeah, it's out of left field. That's all right, though. South Park it's South Park. It's South Park, only it's on the Nintendo. It just doesn't appeal to me. I love for other people to love it. Grania 2. Look at that. It's unfortunately it is. We need like a sound effect to mark when it's 5 o'clock. Do we have? Let's see here. Hold on. Do we have a sound effect to mark when it's 5 o'clock? Because we are at the end. I don't have any. I don't have a soundboard. I gotta get a soundboard so I can be one of those guys. One of those real schlocky like radio DJ. Like, hey everybody, it's your favorite. It's AM radio time. Like it's got all the sound effects and stuff, and you're sitting there thinking, could you just tell me the news so I can turn this off? Yeah, the sound effect should be thanks for stopping by. Hold up from Spice and Wolf. Question to you in chat. Let's see if this might be the last question. Question to you in chat. So when I was walking to work, I had this idea to write about the Inklings Day. As in, what the hell were they thinking when they see a flame? That sounds interesting. I'd say go for it. Make it the self-destruct theme from Metroid. And it's over already. It's AM radio time. Echo, radio time. Come on over, have some fun with Uncle Silver, as long as you're, of age, because that just sounded really weird. And as long as my wife approves. I'm not surprised Nintendo features the word butthole. Yeah, that's right. They were I don't remember when they said butthole, but when SNES had the whole Play It Loud advertising campaign, they had the Butthole Surfers did a song for them. It was in the commercial. Are you streaming Splatfest? Unfortunately, I was gonna stream Splatfest Treble, but then you said go Team Egg, and I'm Team Chicken. So if I do stream it, you can't watch it. No, I will probably stream some Splatfest. I'm gonna try anyway. Have some fun with Uncle Silver, but don't tell anybody. See, that's horrible, man. All of that sounds bad. Well, you guys, I don't know if you guys were familiar. If you had me on Twitter, SilverGreg78, by the way. If you have me on Twitter, one of the ideas when I was trying to come up with a name for the show, one of the ideas was Uncle Silver Starts Rambling, but I didn't think USSR would be good letters for the show. or it would have been great, but it would have been difficult to find the show because whenever you typed in USSR, a whole bunch of other non-related stuff was going to pop up. Greg's Team Chicken. Oh, you egg people are wrong. How did you like Call of Duty Black Ops? Yeah, Suave, I love that picture. It's somebody has a picture. It says Call of Duty Black Cops, but it's Carl Winslow, the dad from Family Matters. All right, so yeah, unfortunately we are at the end. We are out of time, everybody. I am super sorry for that. I wish I could go longer, but I do unfortunately have stuff that I have to take care of. It's cool that we hit 30 viewers though. That is really, really incredible. So and it's been 30 viewers for a while. So it's people showed up and were very interested in what they were hearing, or a lot of people showed up and fell asleep, which is fine because that's how CBS gets all of its ratings. Because old people watch CBS, they put it on at 8 o'clock and they fall asleep, and then that's how the ratings get there. Why is it called Black Ops 4? Why is it called Black Ops / and not I and then V? You're growing up so fast. I'm so happy. Not enough Owen Wilson wines. Oh, we didn't do a lot of Owen Wilson. No, we didn't do a lot. We didn't do ASMR segment. We normally throw an ASMR segment in there where we talk gibberish. Or you're using bots. Yeah, I know your dark secret. Experiment. I can barely get like Bionicles to work. If you think I know anything about bots, you're crazy. Oh, thank you, Soul Naka 64. Well, I like that name. I like when you say it all. Soul Naka 64. I have to say it all now. Whenever you stop by, I'm gonna have to just say Soul Naka 64 because I can't just say a little bit of it. See, the real Chris is falling asleep. Ratings, baby. Every time when I see Z's, I see dollar signs, or I don't know. Well, I think it's 30 people, so at this point it's like cent signs. But no, okay. So we are gonna say goodbye, unfortunately. Thank you guys so much for stopping in, for hanging out and chatting and talking nonsense with me. If you want to relive any of this greatness, it'll be on YouTube. If you are on YouTube right now watching this, Fridays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is when we do the show live. So you stop over on Twitter at Uncle Silver Gaming, and you can pop in and join the chat, the chat is 60% of the show here. And you know, I also stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. We usually do just random games and stuff here and there. Sometimes it's Splatoon 2. Sometimes we're doing Final Fantasy 4 now, so we're doing that every once in a while. So stop in and check that out also. Again, and follow me on Twitter at SilverGreg78. That's where I post all my updates about what I'm going to be streaming or what news is going to be happening. The streams start from 3-ish to 5-ish and 2-ish to 5-ish. So if that's going to not be exact, I'll post it on Twitter. So thank you guys so much for stopping in. Have yourselves an amazing weekend. I will probably be streaming some Splatfest coming up later on. But have a great time, and I will see you all next time. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.